Hello, scale modelers. Yes, I know the X-Wing is in the way. Alright, so I have issue 77 for the X-Wing build here. Now the only thing is, I'm recording this after the other 3 issues in the pack. Because, one, I was waiting to see if my new control board and remote was going to come in. So far, it has not come in. So, I'm going to have to do this portion of the build without that. And I honestly don't know at this point in time if my X-Wing is even going to be, well, if it'll actually work electronically or not. So, yeah, they said it would take 3 weeks, and right now it's actually, oh geez, I don't even know. It's probably somewhere between a month and a half and 2 months now since I heard from them. So I gotta do it. It's part of the build, and this is what we have for issue 77. And this is the top cover for the rear fuselage. Pretty much kind of looks like the bottom cover. Here, I'm going to have to put my box of tricks down here on the ground, because I don't have a whole lot of space to work with right now. Okay, I get some loose screws. Okay, cord number 10. Okay, I'm guessing these are all the exact same screw. I don't know why they aren't in the bag. So hopefully these are the XW08s that are right there. Alright, so, okay, yeah, that's everything inside the bag. Oh, and I don't have the any of the motors actually screwed down in place yet. Like I said, I was waiting for the new control board, but here we go. Wiring the circuit board and creating a Starship Fleet animated A-wings. Okay, and the and here we go. Yeah, that's it. Apparently there's no starfighter aces in this. No. Wow. Okay. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. Okay, here we go. X-Wing Droid Socket. The primary function of an X-Wing's astromech was to act as a co-pilot controlling power distribution systems, handling routine in-flight operational adjustments, and calculating hyperspace jumps. Housed in a socket with its head exposed to space and with control panels in easy reach of its tools and interface arms, the droid could also perform simple repairs and carry out damage control. Alright. So, the main part provided encloses the top of the mechanism inside the rear fuselage and supports the outer panels. You also have the panels that line the droid socket and an extension cable that is used to link the landing gear lockout switch in the nose of the X-wing to the circuit board at the rear of the fuselage, replacing the temporary connection you made to test it in stage 72. Okay, yeah, so we have the rear fuselage top support, and we have that extension plug, droid socket front panel, droid socket back panel, and 8 XW08 screws, so they are all the same screws. Now the only thing is, yeah, see, right there, that's where they all came out. So, we got that. Now, the only thing is, I can't do the portion of the actual plugging the wires into the circuit board. So, yeah. I'm not gonna do anything with any of the electronics. So, we'll just see exactly how much I can do for right now. Okay, so wiring the control board. You are about to fit the top of the rear fuselage. As this encloses the control board, you need to make the final wiring connections before the sockets become inaccessible. Alright, so step 1, start by removing the end brace next to the control board, which will improve access. It is held by 2 locating pins, so push both ends gently in the direction of the arrow. Oh. Yeah. Alright, so I will go through and read the steps. And then, like I said, I can only do what I can actually do, seeing as I don't have a working control board, or I don't have a working remote. So until I can get the replacement in and see if it was the remote, or find out if it was indeed the control board that is not working. So, but I will go through this. Step 2, this will allow you to lift the end brace away, store it carefully close to hand so you can refit it after wiring up the control board. Okay. So, step 3, take the landing gear lockout extension cable numbered 10 and fit the plug on one end through the same hole in the bulkhead as the remote control antenna cable. Okay, well, I don't have that one, the other one needed for that. So, because right now that one is actually downstairs. So, the only thing I can do right now is just to take the cable and put it through there. So, I'm just going to straighten this out ever so slightly. Okay, and which so that's going to have to be that side. So just put it in through here. Alright, then I'm just gonna do that just so it keeps in place a little bit, because I can't really do anything else with it right now. Okay, step 4, feed the wire through until you can fit the plug into socket 10 on the control board. Alright, step 5, make sure the plug is firmly seated, as you will be covering up the connection before you get the chance to test that it is working. Step 6, straighten out the rest of the cable and run it parallel to the remote control antenna cable. Alright, step 7, take the power socket and feed it through the hole in the right hand underside of the fuselage so it emerges as seen in step 9. Okay, which I'm not going to worry about that either right now. Step 8, take the main switch and feed it through the hole in the left hand underside of the fuselage so it emerges as seen in step 9. Alright, and then we see step 9 right there. And they're down through the underside. Okay, step 10, take the Droid motor assembly. Step 11, make sure all the wires running across the area where it will fit are routed neatly out of the way. Okay, and step 12, then fit the Droid motor onto its 3 mounting posts, which that one is already sitting down in here. It's not screwed in place. That, and I have the other motor right here, so the wings can actually open and close freely at the moment. Okay, step 13, press the motor down so it fits flush. Step 14, and secure it with XW08 screws in these 3 holes, which you can see, where is it, right here, those 3 holes. Step 15, plug in the wire to the Droid motor, which is numbered 15, making sure it locks into the socket properly. Alright, step 16, then plug the wire numbered 16 in the same way. 17, finally plug in the wire numbered 17. So they cleverly made the steps about plugging in those specific numbers. Okay, step 18, now take the cockpit assembly, which has a single wire labeled number 11. Okay, and feed the wire through the same hole in the bulkhead as wires 9 and 10. So you can take it to the control board at step 20. Step 21, and then fit the plug into socket 11. Step 22, carefully note all the wiring down out of the way. Step 23, so you can refit the end brace by reversing steps 1 and 2. Okay. And step 24, that completes the assembly of the control board and the Droid control motor, which you will now be enclosing. Okay, now this is the part that I can actually do. Because like I said, I don't have a control board. I don't have a control board that I can use, so I can't hook anything up. Because, I mean, I had every single wire plugged in, and it's either the control board itself that's not working, or it's the remote control. So I don't have the control board in the X-Wing here. So, and trust me, I've tried actually testing it multiple times. Alright, so fitting the fuselage top. Attach the top support over the rear fuselage mechanism, taking care that the droid contacts come through as shown in steps 2 and 3. Alright, step 1. Take the rear fuselage top support and line it up with the assembly this way round. Okay, step 2. Note the 2 small contact pins being pointed out beside the droid motor. It is essential that you do not bend them when fitting the top. They must come through the arrowed holes. Alright, so I'm going to put that up there. Alright, and then you'll see here, that's where those 2 pins have to come through, right there. Okay. Alright, step 3, carefully fit the top, checking that the pins appear as shown. Okay. So, all I can do is, I'm going to have to stand up for this. And I'm going to have to raise this camera up. Just to see if you guys can see a little bit better what I'm doing here. Alright. Well, making sure all the wires are going to be up out of the way. Okay. And then making sure this wire is going to be up out of the way. And then this. Okay, so apparently I gotta push this pin in further. Alright. And making sure, okay. Okay, come on, come on. There we go. Okay. Alright, and I had the pins in there. The droid socket pins. Up through there. And now they don't want to go back in. Okay. Oh, dang it. And you know, in order to get the back on, you have to, come on, come on, come on. Wow, this is very, very fiddly part right here. Okay, so I got those up through there. Okay, all right. There we go. Whew. Wow, okay. That is actually harder than it looks. So, there we go. Alright. Alright, so step 4, holding the assembly together, turn it over and secure the top with XW08 screws at the 4 points indicated below. Oh. Okay. Okay. Okay, never mind. I think we're good. I hope we're good anyway. Alright. So, got one screw that's gonna be going down in here. Just remember, I am going to have to take all this apart again if and when I actually get that other control board in. So, alright, oh, this is kind of difficult being left-handed with all this stuff on the right-hand side here. Okay, so for the sake of the video itself is why I am doing this. Alright, so let's see if I can... Oh... Shoot, okay. Alright, there we go. That helped out a little bit. Okay, so that one seems to be completely in place. Alright, and now for the last one over here. I don't even know if this one's even completely tightened down. No, it's not. Okay. Okay. All right. Whew. And for not having much to do in this, it is a bit of a workout. Okay. Fitting the fuselage. Okay. Testing the well, I can't actually test the Droid socket now, can I? Alright, now I gotta flip this back over. And I can actually see what I'm doing here. And apparently I have a little bit of a rattle going on in one of my wings. So I don't know what's come loose, but I also can't tell where it's actually coming from. Alright, so testing the Droid socket. Assemble the Droid socket, then check that R2-D2's light and rotating dome work properly. If you need to reconnect the remote control antenna to do this, which also allows you to test the extension lead from stage 76. Well, can't really do anything about that. Alright, so I'll open up the baggie with the Droid socket parts in here. Now, if there's anything that you can do with these, it's to paint them so that way they actually have lights. I don't know if you'll actually have enough space to do any lighting mods to this, but alright, so step 1, slot the front panel of the Droid socket into the rear fuselage top in the support. Alright, so it's actually, there's 2 tabs right down on the front here that you can't actually see. But if I lift this up for you, see, we're just, oh, that's the back side. Just right in the front right there. Even though it says the rear side, but it's showing this in the picture. Okay, so that's in. So okay, step 2, slide it down until the 2 tabs at the bottom lock into the matching slots and the top fits flush, which the top does fit flush. Step 3, slot the back panel of the Droid socket into the rear fuselage top support opposite the panel you just fitted. Okay, and step 4, as before, slide the panel down until the 2 tabs at the bottom lock into the matching slots. In which we did see, by me doing this, you can see the other 2 tabs right there. So that's where I'm going to push, if I can get it to line up. If I can get it to line up. Why don't you want to line up? It doesn't want. Okay. Alright, so that one doesn't actually, like, lock in. But that is flush. Alright, step 5, take the nose section, which has the remote control antenna and landing leg lockout switch fitted to it. Which I can't do anything about that. And plug that in. Plug it in, plug it in. Alright, well, I can't actually test the wiring, but R2-D2, Droid socket, and just want to make sure that didn't. Okay, so there we go. And just like with his third foot right there, you probably can't see with all the light that's on there, or maybe just because it's white. But that right there, that six-sided pin has got to go in the exact same way. When you're putting this in, otherwise see, there will be resistance. Shouldn't actually be able to move the head if it's actually in there properly. So, alright, but there's that. There's R2 in his Droid socket. Okay, there we go. Now you can see it better. Less glare, and it actually focuses. Alright, but that's all I can do. Alright, so yay. Well, if I don't get the don't end up getting the new control board, I'm just gonna put the make sure that all the motors are in place, so that way these wings don't just open and close at will. At least I know the gears will actually prevent that from working properly. And then just do what I can do. Because, I mean, with all the electronics that they want us to try to take care of, you can't do it without a working remote or working control board. So then, you can't get the cannons to light up, won't be able to get the hyperdrive lights to light up. Or fusion engine, I should say. But yeah, I guess we'll just keep on going with that, and I don't know where this part will end up going. This is from later builds. Like I said, I had done the last 3 issues out of the 4 first before I did this one, because I was really hoping to get that new control board and remote in right now, or before now. So if I have to postpone putting these videos out, I will. I don't want to. So, yeah, until issue 78, as always, thanks for watching Brian's Builds. And hopefully I can get this sucker together, even without a control board. But we'll wait and see.